You're listening to the Shoot Your Shot podcast. I'm Jen.
And I'm Megan, and we're two boss babes sharing our businesses and inspiring you along the way.
And we are officially back for our last episode. Well, this will come out in 2026, but our last episode of 2025. And we're together and we're here, and it feels so good to be back.
It does. We've had a very long pause. Sorry, guys. Just busy season has just been busy, obviously. And with starting this podcast, this is just kind of like a passion project of ours. So we've been trying to stick to our bi-weekly schedule every other Monday. But this year, sorry guys, just taking a back seat because our businesses have been the forefront of our focus. So, but we're finally here, and I'm so excited to recap stuff because it's been a while since we've seen each other.
Yes,
so it'll be nice.
Yes, and we didn't really chat prior to going live, so we are just diving into kind of what worked for us this year, maybe some things that didn't work this year, what we really enjoyed that we did this year, and just recapping the life of an entrepreneur and all the things. So as I mentioned, it is the last week of, it's the week of Christmas that we are airing right now, and I am actually really proud of myself because I'm basically done with everything, and I started wrapping and finished shopping in like November this year.
Yay!
Which never ever happens. I also started realizing that I fully have ADHD, and I went and talked to someone about it, and I'm starting some medication, and I'm really excited about it. Okay. I didn't even tell you that. No. But I'm really excited. I am a lot more focused, and I'm here for it, and I'm super excited. And awesome. I'm loving it.
Yay!
I was wrapping presents last night, and I actually wrapped all the ones I needed to and didn't do 20 other things at once. So I was really impressed with myself. But yeah, I just feel like
that's great.
End of year has been a whirlwind. I didn't have as many events this December that I wanted, but I feel like, as always, the universe
100%
does it in weird ways, and I feel like I needed just to end the year just how it ended, kind of thing. And I actually booked one event last weekend that it was bartending only. And I want to talk about this because I don't ever do that, where my bartender just showed up. She just brought her shaker and her wine opener, and that was it. And usually we're a full service bar, so we bring everything. And that's kind of how my package is, because we want to provide the vintage horse experience where we do specialty cocktails. We don't run out of sodas and juices. And when the client provides stuff to us, sometimes they don't provide, we know as a business how much we need of things. So I just don't ever want it to look bad on our part where we're not providing the level of service that the vintage horse provides. But this client was local here in Easton, and she just really wanted bartending only. She's like, I would love to use you in the future, but this is just a Christmas party. We just need a bartender. And I was like, okay. And it was really nice. My bartender showed up. I didn't have to do anything. And she did an amazing job. She had a great event. I think the client was happy. I have to follow up today. But it was wonderful. And it just showed that I can evolve this business into more. And it's okay to, put some trust in the client a little bit. And she also just seemed like she really knew what she was doing. She's like, no, we have everything. We got everything. We do parties all the time. So it made me feel a little bit better. But it was just nice to kind of end the year on something that I don't typically do. Yeah. Which was nice.
That is cool. Yeah. I sometimes like to do something a little different. I like that a lot, that you expanded a little and you were like, I'll try it.
Yeah. And my bartender, it was a long event too. She was there for 5 hours for a Christmas party, which is long. But she said they were so nice and they were wonderful. And so it was really nice. But yeah, we had a few end of year holiday events, which was nice. And we are rocking and rolling into 2026. But I'll kind of dive into a few things and we can maybe go back and forth with things that I wanted to start this year with, and kind of looking and did I accomplish it? Was it what I wanted? And one of the things that I really wanted this year was to try to get more hands off with events. I did not fully do that because I just still enjoy working them. I think that's what it is. But I did realize that there were a lot of weekends where we had multiple events. So obviously I'm not there, and I have trained one of my bartenders to, her husband has a truck, so she is able to fully take our white bar by herself and do everything start to finish completely. Like I just drop everything off at her house and pick it back up when she's done. And that has been huge because I'm able to focus on more events with the trailer, and she can really do that by herself now, which was not something that we did last year. So that was amazing. And I feel like I've just really stepped into allowing my team to do more events without me.
I love that.
It's great.
Letting them shine.
Yeah, letting them shine.
That's cool.
And I feel like for me, it felt like, so we did have less events, but we had more revenue this year. So that's always what you want as a business.
Yeah.
You want to do less work and you want to make more money. Not that it's less work. It's not. We had a lot more larger weddings this year, but less events as a whole.
Yeah.
I have to look and see exactly how many we did, but I quickly looked at the revenue from last year to this year, just to be on this podcast. And we did do more this year, which was great. I also did the mompreneur event, which was wonderful.
Yeah.
And I actually I have a date booked for 2026 for the mompreneur event.
Yay.
More details to come on that, but I'm really glad that that's something I could do in the off season.
Yeah.
So that was great. I also went to Puerto Rico last year in January or February, one of the two. And that was a huge milestone in my business because it made me realize that you have to invest in yourself. And now I'm co-hosting the Mobile Bar Conference in LA this February.
That's
my Mobile Bar
right.
coach.
That's right.
So I'm one of the event planners on it, and my role is basically the logistics of the conference. So she's doing all of the agenda, the speakers, the lineup, all of that, and I'm doing the logistics of the welcome party and what we're doing for a team event and all that stuff.
Oh, when is it? That's so cool.
It's the last weekend of February.
Okay, nice. Ooh, yeah, another off-season kind of thing. That's great timing.
Yeah, so that was really cool to see where that came from last year, where I wasn't even going to go to that conference.
Wow,
and it was, I think I bought my tickets right around now for Christmas, for January. And I was like, I need to go to this. I'm going to go. It's off season. I'm doing it. And I met so many amazing mobile bar owners there. I truly built a little community. We talk all the time. We talk almost every day still. We have a
that's so cute.
What is Telegram is the app where it's kind of like a WhatsApp. So it's off of your text message, but it's a little community that we have there with some of the mobile bar owners that went to that conference. And we just bounce ideas off of each other. So if I didn't go to that, I wouldn't have that little community. And I think it's just evolved myself as a business owner to know that other business owners are going through the same struggles. And that's kind of the start of mine.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. What do you have going on?
Intro. Oh, well, I feel similarly with the community thing on that content retreat that I went to in April. It was a photography.
Where was that one again?
Oregon.
Yes.
Yeah. And so I got to see Oregon and loved Oregon, would definitely go back. And that wasn't a state that was really on my radar, I feel like. And I loved it. So that was really cool. And I got to meet Britt and Alex, who we had on the podcast way, way back when. And so that was really awesome too. Just to be able to, it was a slumber party every night. It was so much fun. And we all just hung out in the Airbnb together. There were 10 girls who attended. And then Britt and Alex were speakers. They helped with the retreat, and then there was a videographer and then the host, and she was Shelby Lane, and she was amazing too. But I found the retreat through Britt and Alex because they were promoting it, and just everybody that was there was amazing. And I feel that's just karma. Good people attract good people, and if you push out the energy and speak your truth and just lay yourself out on the table, the right people that resonate with that will find you, especially just with social media and the algorithm and stuff like that. So just really cool because everybody that was there was just so sweet, and still in touch with so many of them. I went with my friend Kelly, who is from Massachusetts, and she just moved to California. But when I saw the information about the retreat, I was like, Kelly, I'll go if you go. And so we went together, and then we made two really good friends. And so we have like a group chat, like over text, that we still like pop in. We're like, how are you guys doing? Or like one person like comes in to ask questions, or like somebody else comes in and like just shares what's going on. So just so much fun. And yeah, so that was like an experience that I wasn't really like seeking out, but that I'm really glad that I ended up having.
And that was your first retreat, right?
Yeah, that was my first like sleepover kind of. Yeah. So that was another reason too, is like you'd been like speaking so highly about like Alexis, and I was like, oh, it sounds so cool. Like I kind of want to do it, but I didn't really feel like, not that it wouldn't be beneficial for my business, but like I felt good with where I was, kind of thing. But then with like moving away next year and like planning that out a little bit and thinking about what I want that to look like, I was like, oh, maybe I should shoot like in some states that it wouldn't be so difficult for me to travel to, and Oregon, Seattle, California, like it's closer to Alaska than like Connecticut is. So when I saw Britt and Alex posted that they were doing a retreat, and it was in Oregon, and it was in like a month that I didn't have a lot going on, like it was days that I could make, and then you were telling me everything that you've done and experienced with your retreats, I was like, you know what, the stars are aligning, I'm just gonna do it. So I'm really glad that I did, and it was so much fun, and I would love to do another one in the future, or like plan one, because I also did that styled shoot at the spinning wheel that I hosted, but it was just a 1-day thing, and it was so much fun, and I loved planning it. And a good friend of mine, photographer friend Lauren, she's hosted some in the past too that were like the same vibe, and so we've talked about maybe doing one together, and I just think that would be so much fun. So there's stuff in the back burner and in the works, because after experiencing one, I was like, this is sick. And like I want to go to more, or host that, like, and or host them. And it was just, I loved the community aspect, and it was just great all around. So
I feel like what I realized with Alexis's retreats that I went to, I've only gone to one, I think. Yeah. And then the mobile bar conference, which was kind of similar to a retreat style, because it was small and intimate. I mean, there was like 40 people there, but it was still smaller. And I feel like you know that you're going into these for a mindset thing too. Yeah. So I think everyone has that, like, you know, you're not just going in for business related, you're also going in for inner work, which I never, like, I'm not a woo-woo person. I feel like I'm getting a little more woo-woo over the years, but I don't think I ever will be that intense. But I just walked out. I feel like as an entrepreneur, you're doing everything by yourself. And when I was in corporate, we did a lot of educational things. Mm-hmm. And now as an entrepreneur, you have to find them for yourself.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel like coming out of the specific mobile bar conference, we got so much education, but also we did a lot of inner work too. So I feel like it was such a good mix of the two, but you have to be in the right mindset to go to something like this, because if you're like, you know, not excited and bummed out about your business, you're going to feel it there. Yeah. And you're not going to be fully embraced in it all. And but when you surround yourself with a community of people who are like-minded, it's unlike anything else. Yeah, it really is.
So
and
agree.
That's what I say with like the mompreneur event, and I'm super excited to host another one, because just the women in the room are all in the same levels as you. Like they're running a business, running a household, running kids, running around, all the things, and you can relate to them. And the same thing with like being in a room with photographers, like you can relate to them. Mm-hmm. Like you and I relate in different ways, but I don't know what it's like to shoot a camera, you know, like I feel like it's just, I don't know, it's another level.
It's different. Yeah, but we're still in like the people business.
Exactly.
And like working with strangers like all day, every day at our event. So a lot of like crossing similarities, but yeah, it's cool to be with people who like really 100% get it. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we're living the same life. It's cool. It's really cool.
I love that. Yeah. So what do you think is like one big accomplishment you felt this year?
Oh, my associate team did really, really well this year. And it was really fun. Like, I think 2025 has been the best year of my life. Like, with business, it was just so good and so much fun. And I didn't really feel exhausted or like, I don't know. I never felt, I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but I think you get what I'm saying.
100%. Because I remember, I don't know if it was last year or the year before.
I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
I was new still. Yep. And like, I don't know, just each like gallery that you do, like you edit faster, and like each thing that you shoot, like you learn something new and shoot a little bit better and a little bit faster. And you just gain confidence with each step that you take. But I felt like my business grew really quickly, which I was so grateful for, but like, I'm not sure I was really ready for it. And I was taking on more than I think I could manage and also all of the AI stuff and just like programs improving, AI or not, things are way better now than they were at that point in time too. So like this week I had a session or I had a wedding on Thursday, session on Friday and Saturday. I had a wedding yesterday and I have a elopement on Tuesday, and every single night, well, except for yesterday because I got home kind of late and so I didn't do it, and I'm free today. So I was like, oh, I'll do their sneak peeks today. But those 4 days of sessions, I like did sneak peeks like when I got home that night, and like it was nothing, like it was like easy. So but in the past, like that one season that we were talking about where I was just so burnt out and just like wasn't getting things out on time and so stressed about it, because I wanted to fulfill my promises, obviously. It just was not going well. I was like so upset and just like freaking out, and the holidays were approaching, and so I felt that pressure and that stress. And so one thing that I'm grateful for is my friend Lauren, who I mentioned. Sometimes we get dinner and we just like chat and hang out and do like business talk and life talk and whatever. And she said that with her business, she puts the word estimated when she's talking about her deliverables for her galleries, and because she's also a mom and she also has a full-time job, and photography is like a huge part of her life, but she has other things going on too, that she was like, the word estimated has like saved me. And so I did that for probably half or over half of my galleries, and so it just takes that little bit of pressure off for me, where I can say like, your gallery is estimated for 8 weeks or something after the session, and then I encourage them to reach out to me for an estimated like turnaround, like, oh, we're approaching like this day, like what are things looking like right now? And I'm like, oh, awesome, like here's my editing queue right now. The estimate was 8 weeks, we're looking at 9 weeks, and they're like, okay, no problem. And then sometimes it's even earlier than that. So yeah, so anyway, and people this year have just been so, I mean, every year, everybody that's worked with me has just been so understanding and like, no rush, do what you need to do. Like, I want you to take your time. Like, people that I've worked with have truly been the best people in the world. So I'm so grateful for that. Nobody's ever hounding me for photos or like anything. So I'm, one, grateful for that, and two, grateful that Lauren gave me that little like sprinkle of advice, because that makes me feel better, because my clients haven't pressured me, but I pressure myself because I'm like, oh, I told them this date, like I have to do it. I'm obligated to, but now that like in a legal way, I'm not obligated to on this very date, like it can be tomorrow. It just takes that little bit of pressure off. So, yeah, so just anyway, yeah, I don't know. This year has just been so good. I don't even know how many weddings. We had near, I don't know if it was near 50 or near 60. That's counting elopements and like, yeah. I don't know if that's counting engagement sessions either. I don't remember, but I also outsourced some this year, or some aspects of my business this year. So I'm really proud of myself for that too, because you have to spend money to make money. And that's a lesson that I learned this year, and that the people that I've had help me out, I was anxious of in the past. I remember we talked about having associate shooters in the past, and I was like, oh, I could never do that. And look at me now, like trusting that other people know what they're doing, because they do, is good. Like it's okay to let go. And so I had Taylor, who was my virtual assistant, and she was absolutely incredible, and she helped keep track of my editing queue and responding to clients for questions that she could answer and that didn't need like a direct response from me. She helped me out when I was out of town, so she would handle inquiries and responses and stuff when I was away, that so people wouldn't have to like wait so long. She was just amazing. I just love her so much. And then I had two girls that would help me edit, they would come and sit in this chair, and I would edit all of my galleries, and I would flag the ones that would need like photoshopping and like people to be removed from the background, and like scars and things like that to be removed, stop signs. And I would flag all of those, and they would come in, and so the gallery would be done or basically done, and then they would take care of that while I could move on to the next thing. So that like helped me just progress. I've been using great programs that have just helped me do everything way faster. But still, like, I'm manually doing everything. I don't have AI like handle like whole things for me. But it does take out like a couple steps where I'm like, okay, I didn't really need to be doing XYZ, but like once it's done with that, I'm going to check all of this, and you know what I mean? So that's been great. And yeah, and just like thinking about the move for next year, like I feel really grounded and settled in that, and just like personal life wise, like I'm really good. And yeah, it's just been such an amazing year, and I've been able to hang out with so many cool people and meet so many amazing people for the first time, and work with so many people I've wanted to work with. And it was just a blast. Like every single wedding that I had was such a blast, and I've loved everybody that I've surrounded myself with. And yeah, it was just such a party, and I'm like emo. I'm like sad now that it's over. Like I had my last wedding yesterday, and it's just crazy to think that like my time here is like I'm about to close the book. You know, like I'm almost done with this chapter. I'm going to turn the page pretty soon, and it just feels really weird. Like I'll have to go back and count how many weddings I've had over this past 5 seasons, because I'm curious to see like what it was each year, because I second shot so much early on, and it just felt like it would never end. Like I felt like I would go back to all these venues so many different times, but now I'm like in this home stretch where I'm like, wow, was that my last time at this venue? Or was that my last time working with this person? Or am I ever going to see this person again? And it's just like, I'm just so sad, and it feels so weird. But I'm looking forward to next year, and I have a couple elopements and weddings before we move away, but not many. And it also just feels so weird that I'm like about to hit the road. So it's strange, but the associates have been amazing, and we're continuing to do it next year too, and even after I move. So I hope that can continue to go on forever, but we'll see, because my marketing will change. So we'll see. Time will tell, but I'm excited for the ones that we do have for next year to continue to work with all my girls and all my friends in a digital kind of space, because I won't be seeing them every month, every weekend, but I'll be able to, you know, they'll send me their photos and be like, here's how the event went, and I'll be able to check in with them and still kind of work with them and hear from them. So that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that. But God. It's gonna be sick.
I love all of this.
Thanks.
It's so like, I mean, we've been together now almost 6 years.
I know.
That's crazy.
I know.
And like, just to hear, I just remember that one year, and I was like, Meg, you doing okay over there? You doing good? And you were not doing good. And that, I think that was the year where we were like, we're not going to work every single weekend. But I think we still worked almost every single weekend, but we did it in a different mindset, I think. Like, I think we came in knowing, because I feel like I had a crazy year that year too. We were both like, what the fuck? Like, what are we doing with our businesses?
Yeah.
But I think we evolved ourselves into learning what worked, what didn't work. And then, like you said, the thing about your friend saying the estimate word. And I feel like I learned something in my mobile bar conference that we went to, where I kept thinking, why do I do everything at the last minute? A, it has to do with my ADHD, but B, it has to do with like, when you do have ADHD, you get this dopamine hit when you do something and you have to do it quick and you do a good job of it. And I'm learning that that's what I was thriving off of. I was thriving off of the last minute of, I have so much to do and I know I can get it done really quickly. So it's this like dopamine hit that my brain
like you were kind of looking forward to
looking
it.
forward to stressing and rushing about it, which sounds crazy, but that's how I've always lived my life. Like I thrive off of doing things last minute and then being able to like check it off my list, being stressed. It sounds so crazy
That
and
makes
it sounds
sense.
weird.
A little though, yeah.
But I'm learning that with the ADHD, that's like the imbalance in your brain, and that dopamine hit is like, I had posted something the other day and it was like, when you realize that Christmas is in 9 days, but then you know you have ADHD and your dopamine is going to get it all done in 24 hours. That's literally my life. Like that is how I live my life. But the mobile bar coach said something and it totally resonated with me. She said, it's not that you wait till the last minute to do it. It's you're thinking of all the things that you have to do mentally. So like one thing I do last minute is my menus. I've always just done these last minute, 1:00 in the morning the night before. Why? I don't know. But it's because I'm thinking of all the other things that I have to do leading up to that point. And then I'm finally ready to do it. But I've thought about it this whole time. So it's like, it's not that you're not like thinking of it. I'm not making sense the way I'm
No, you're not procrastinating not doing it. You're doing it up here.
Yes.
It's just not getting like pen to paper
yet.
I hear you.
Yes. And I always thought there was like, what's wrong with me? Like, why do I wait till the last minute? Why do I do this all the time? Why do I stress myself out? But it's just honestly what works for me. And that does not work for everyone. I know that. And I used to always say like, oh, I'm so scattered. I don't have anything like pen to paper in a calendar, pen to paper here. But whatever I have going on works.
And that's kind of like a superpower because I can't keep track of stuff up here sometimes. So like impressive that you and other people can do that, and that this is like steel ironclad. Not for me.
Yeah, see, for me,
my memory.
If I tried to put things to pen and paper, and like I'll have things on my phone calendar, I'll have things on a written calendar, I actually have a calendar on my fridge now that has something on it, but there's 10 different things on all these different calendars. So for me, I'm like, why don't I just keep it all in my brain? But my grandma always said, she's like, did you make a list? Packing is a great example. Did you make a list to pack? And I'm like, yeah, it's in my head. And she's like, well, what if you forget something? And I'm like, no, I'll remember. And I
got the list.
I got the list in my head.
It's up here.
It's a mental list. It's just nobody else knows about it except for me.
Yeah.
But I think that's something that I'm trying to work on. And I think I did a little bit a better job of this year of the calendar at my house. I'm now like sharing what's in my brain with my husband. So he knows that's like good. When the kids have hockey, when the kids have sports, when I have events, because he would be like, yeah, am I solo this weekend? Do you have an event? Do you have this? And I would literally tell him like Friday, like, oh, by the way, I have an event all day tomorrow. I'm leaving at 11 a.m. See ya at midnight. And he'd be like, okay. So like that wasn't fair to him either, because it's like he wants to plan accordingly.
Yeah.
So now we have a calendar on our fridge that has everything. But I think I wrote something down because now I'm forgetting what I was going to say. Oh, that was the thing. Kind of just things you can learn on going. I'm such a big component of going to these conferences, and they're not conferences, whatever you want to call them, retreats, outings, even if it's something local, workshops. It's so important to do this over the year.
Yeah.
And whether it's in your off season, whether it's in prime busy season, it is so important to get out of your comfort zone and go do something that you feel it feels icky to you to go do, because what you're going to get out of it is so important.
It's so worth it. And like the nerves and the anxiety that you might have walking into something. I don't know if you've seen this girl. She's been like posting like a Instagram reel series of like, I'm tackling something today that I've been procrastinating for 4 years, or I've been procrastinating for the past 3 months. And it's like dusting her shelf, or like cleaning out her junk drawer, or like putting air in her tires. And she's like, this is my series to help educate myself on how long I've been procrastinating something versus how long it actually takes me to do. And she's like, okay, I've been procrastinating dusting my shelves for the past year. I'm going to do it today. And it only takes like 5 minutes. And I feel like I've gotten way better with that this year, stuff like that. Like I've been keeping my space really clean. I've been in the habit of making my bed every day, keeping my desk. There's no like clutter and junk on my desk. Like everything has a home pretty much in my life right now. And that was something that I never used to have as a kid growing up. And even in the past couple of years, it was really just like this year that I was like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this. I don't want to live like this anymore. Like having an unclean and messy scatterbrained place is so hard, and especially as a business owner, because we have so much going on in our brains. Like, there are so many things that I'm like holding on to so tightly so that I don't forget, because I'm a forgetter. Like if I don't write it down, or like don't have a screenshot of it, or like if I don't think about it more than once, like I'm gonna forget it. Like if it's just like, oh, somebody tells me one thing and it's a fleeting thought, like I don't have the space to care for that information right now, but I know I need to keep it, like I won't stay. So, and having an unclean, like messy space just adds to the chaos of my brain, because I don't know where things are. I'm like, it's just no, not for me. So anyway, I thought that you would like that, because that series is so cute.
You need to send it to me, because
next time I see it, I will.
I'm home for 2 weeks with the kids, and I mean, we're doing things here and there, but like I'm gonna do. Remember we did like a room? I don't know if you
yes,
did too,
I do remember
like,
you told me that.
Yeah, I did like a room. I did a cabinet. I did this, but that's my goal.
I did my bathroom closet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I actually did mine the other day too, which is a few weeks ago actually.
It feels so good.
It feels so good. So good. But I just lost my train of thought on what I was gonna say. Shoot, we're talking about cleaning. We were talking about anyway. What was I gonna say?
You said that you were gonna do it over this next week.
No, it was before that.
You're gonna be home.
Oh, okay. I'm watching the show or series called The Affair, and one of the episodes, the wife or ex-wife, really good. If you have not watched The Affair, it's good. But she walked into this very wealthy man's home, and he had like no furniture, no nothing. It was just like open space. And she's like, "When did you move in here?" And he's like, "Oh, 4 years ago." She's like, "You need furniture." And he's like, "No." And he was like Buddhist, like very woo woo. And he's like, "No, a decluttered space just like makes me think better. It makes me feel better." And honestly, like I thought about that, and I have been really, really trying hard to like not have any clutter on my desk at home. And I usually work at Starbucks. That's like my go-to place. But when I do work at home, it is really nice because it is very decluttered. And I'm trying to do that in every home. And again, I don't have a cluttered home. And it's so funny when we have people over, you do the shove things in your closet and put things places.
Yeah.
But like every time I do that, I'm like, why don't I just throw this stuff away? Like there's no need for it. It doesn't have a home. You talked about something last episode, and you were like, if it doesn't have a home, throw it away. Or you said something. What was it? Do you remember?
I think I said, well, there's one thing that I like to say is don't put it down. Put it away.
Put it away. Yep.
Yeah.
Like if that's what it was.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't remember how we talked about it, but yeah, I heard that from a podcast that was like from somebody who has ADHD, and he was talking about it, that he was like, I just leave stuff everywhere, and so I've been giving myself like a mantra of don't put it down, put it away immediately, because then there's no clutter. If you're just if you're gonna put it down anyway, put it down where it goes.
Yeah.
But I like that. Don't put it down, put it away. But if there is no away, give it a home, or you shouldn't have it.
Give it away.
That's a good idea.
Give it away.
That's
give it a home, or give it away.
Give it a home, or give it
away.
I love that.
I love
Regift it. And Merry Christmas. This is the time.
Yeah, 100%.
This is the time to give it away.
Another thing that I want to talk about to kind of get back into business was something that I noticed, and I had been wanting to do this for a while, but it's very hard as you know, to get into a venue and get on a preferred vendor list if you've never worked there. Mm-hmm. So I have had 2 venues this year that for whatever reason I've been like dying to work at. It just never happened. And one of them, I have 2 events next year.
Oh,
so excited. Awesome. Finally there. And then the other one, I have 2 leads out for potential weddings there too.
Awesome.
And I'm like, the universe is finally like in my corner.
Yeah.
And then I did, I had a wedding at a winery this year in Colchester, and the bride who found me told the venue about me, and then they referred me to a wedding. So we had back-to-back weekends of weddings at that venue.
I love that.
And now I'm doing their bridal showcase this year.
Oh, nice.
So I'm just like, I think this is the year. And it's funny because there's a mobile bar in Connecticut that I love, the Licorice. They're amazing. It's a husband and wife. They have 4 kids. Like, kudos to you. They are the sweetest couple ever. And they have been, I want to say this is almost like season 10 for them. They were way before the pandemic. They've been doing it for a while, and they're always at all these venues, and they're there all the time. And I'm like, why can't I do that? But I feel like it took about 6 to 7 years for them to really get into these venues. And now they're, preferred vendors at all of them.
Yeah.
So I feel like I'm finally getting into like the sweet spot of being known in the area, and, you know, people seeing that I've been around for a long time. And that's when you really start to be, not respected. That's not the word I'm looking for, but like people start to like, what's the word?
Like a reputation, like
Thank
you're
you.
known for it.
That's the word I'm looking for. Yes.
Yeah.
And, you know, you would think that year 3 that comes around, but I really think it takes longer than that.
I agree. Yeah. I feel like if I were to stick around for a couple more years, like this year, also I had just so many weddings this year, but like mass majority of my weddings were at locations that I really loved. Like all of them were great venues, and some of them I had some surprises where like I saw the pictures online and I was like, we'll see, and then it ended up being like, oh my god, top tier venue. I would totally go back. So I feel that like majority of my weddings this year were like tented weddings in barns, which is like my sweet spot. And some other ones that surprised me, like I had what was the name of it? It was like a country club vibe. And I was like, I don't really like country clubs, like golf courses, like we'll see what's what. But it was like the best venue ever. So I really just like trust the process. But I feel that like I feel like my page and just like my personality and my reputation, I'm becoming known for like one kind of venue or kind of couple or like whatever. And this year, like it was pretty uniform. Like almost every booking that I had was like a similar vibe or like similar style or personality of my clients. And so that was just really cool to see. And I feel like if I were to stick around, then I'm like on the preferred vendors for the hops and for the spinning wheel. And there were a couple others that I had like repeats of with either multiples this year and then like years past, where I feel like in another year or two, like I think I would be on more lists or be like a returning vendor at least to a lot of them. So
that just like goes to show our listeners,
I agree with the timing.
Stick with it, because after year 3, that's the hurdle of like make it or break it, to be honest. And that's what they say in like the, I don't know, entrepreneur world. I also feel like that's in the relationship world. It was so funny because I never made it over 3 years with anyone except for my husband.
Really?
Yep. And it was so funny because I would always break up with them and they'd be like, oh, Jen didn't make it past, or he didn't make it past the 3-year mark.
The test.
Yeah. But yeah, they say like, and then obviously the percentage goes down of businesses who stay longer and longer. But I feel like once you hit that, like we're in year 5, that is huge.
Yeah.
Like 5 years of running a business is a huge accomplishment.
With growth and like
every year
improvements and Yep.
And
agreed.
And I just see like coming off of such a great year for both of us, like I just see next year getting even better.
Yeah.
And you don't usually see that. You see like, and I feel like this year I'm not burnt out at all. And I don't know if
me too.
Yeah.
I feel great. And I don't know if it's because I was a little stressed, not going to lie, in December, because I had this like big goal of all these holiday parties, because last year I had one really big one and it like made my winter. And because it was like not one that I expected. It was a great revenue stream that like came in last minute. So I had all these high hopes of doing all these like holiday events, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to kick off like the end of the year. So great. And I didn't, but I'm okay with it because I planned accordingly. We figured out our finances, but I feel like I just had such a great year of, again, all of my events were amazing. All my clients were amazing. But I built 2 new of the white portable bars this year. I don't know if I built them this year or last year. I don't think I heard that.
I might have built them last year. No, because I didn't have them for last Christmas, now that I'm thinking about it.
So right now you have 2 trailers and 3 of the standing?
2. So the
2
one,
of the white bars?
Yep, 2 of the white bars.
Oh, cool.
And then a hot cocoa stand.
Oh, yes.
Which I actually used the other night for
really?
At my house. It was so cute. Yeah, we had a little fire truck, Santa fire truck that comes to Trumbull. It was adorable. And my daughter wanted to do the hot cocoa stand for her birthday. So, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so that was, so anyway, I built those 2 bars knowing that like now my girls can do these events. And that was huge. So I feel like the business is still constantly evolving. And being really involved with this mobile bar conference, I'm seeing a lot of other mobile bars across the country and just seeing like what they're doing and getting new ideas and new exciting things. And now going to LA, you know, LA is a huge mobile bar industry. That's why we're hosting the conference there, because because they can do it year round. So a lot of the mobile bars there have really elevated their business. So I'm really excited to meet people there and hear from them and just continue to grow my little business.
Very
here.
cool. Very cool. Little business.
Cut
that off. Knock that off. I'm excited for 2026. I'm a little bit nervous just because I have so many
big things
going on. I know. So like, I'm excited to see what my business will do. But I am expecting it to not be like the best year ever business wise, because I'm going to be out for half of it. And I did book, I haven't seen you. I booked a backyard wedding in Alaska for like the second that we get there. So
nothing like throwing it in.
Right. Absolutely. I got the inquiry for it and I was like, oh, absolutely. And I responded back, and then she replied and was like, oh, I just saw on your website or your Instagram or whatever that you're moving. And so I understand that you won't be there yet. Never mind. And I had to respond and be like, no. Come back. I will be there, I swear. I'll do it. So that was really funny. But it's like a 3-hour like intimate backyard thing, which is like what I love and strive for. Like I just really love the tiny ones and like the short hour ones. I don't know why, but if I had the choice over like a 4-hour backyard wedding versus like an 8-hour day, I would pick the 4-hour one, even though I know that you make more money with the 8-hour one because you're there for longer and whatever. Just, I don't know, just being able to have the rest of my day. Like, I feel like when I get home from such a big wedding day, I'm like tired from the event, obviously, and I'm excited, like emotionally and in my heart. Like, I want to start editing immediately, but it's just, it's late and I just like can't. And then it's the next day. So, if it's like a little thing though, like I mentioned, those 4 sessions that I had, I went home and like did them immediately because it's like they were quick and like it was, there's so little photos to edit that like, I'll just go home and do it. You know? So
get it off your plate.
Exactly.
But
so I thrive in those little ones. I love it. Yeah, I'm excited.
You said something that you don't think this is going to be your best year, obviously, like booking wise, but this is your growth year.
Yeah, it's a transition year.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a great year overall. But if I'm thinking like business wise, comparing this year to last year and like looking at what my books will probably look at this year to last year,
you can't.
It's not really comparable. Yeah. But we'll see. Like, who knows? Like, that's why I have the associate. Well, that's not why. One thing is that I just live to serve. And so I love that I can make as many people happy as possible. And like, it's just such a good connection with like a couple who needs a photographer and wants my style and wants somebody low key, and like, oh, I have a low key friend who like doesn't have time to edit. And so it's like a win-win that like I can match a great photographer with a great client. And like, especially for the last minute bookings where they're like, I can't find somebody. I had a couple of those with associates this year. And like, that's kind of what I have the team for, is that like, there are really incredible photographers around who are available on that day, but like their books are closed. And that's where this comes in. So, so the associates are 1 for that, but 2, I did it strategically to help with this transition that is going to be coming up soon. So I do have like money coming in and like events on the calendar. It's just, they're not mine. So like, I'm going to have more weddings with associates next year than I do personally. Yeah. So that's also going to be like a major bummer alert, because I love shooting and it's going to feel so weird to have like even just 2 weeks of like not doing any events. I'm going to be like, oh, this is weird.
But see, I feel like this is something that I need to think about too. Like I said, I really want to get more into getting on vendor lists for venues and seeing how authentically it happens, where they refer you and you book. Like I've been on Smith Farm Gardens since the beginning, and I've done not so many, but I've done a good amount of weddings there, and I love working there. And I'm like, how can I get on more of those? But I feel like this is something where like you can teach me too when you go out to Alaska, because it's like it's almost like you're starting over again.
Yeah.
Like that's how you have to look at it.
With the community, yeah.
With the community, right. Not with your
networking. I'm starting from scratch.
Exactly.
Building a brand new reputation.
But like that's also where I need to be this year, because I want to get into these new venues that I've never been in. They don't know who I am, you know? So it's like, I'm also going to start rebuilding myself too, because I want to go out and like reach out to these people, talk to them, introduce myself. They don't know I have a mobile bar.
Okay,
so
packed.
it's like,
we're
so
in this
we
together.
could do this together.
Well, I think I've made like, well, there's going to be a lot of steps that I think I'm going to do, and a lot of things I'm going to do that I'm going to look back at like how I started my business. And like you and I both had really great momentum just getting started. And so I'm going to look back at all the stuff that we did and be like, ooh, I think this was a catalyst and this helped and this helped.
Yeah. Wait, actually, let's talk about it really quick.
Yeah.
What do you think was like the number one thing the first year that I did the most events in my first year? Yeah, a lot were free, a lot were collaborations, but it was the most exciting, busiest, craziest, most stressful, all the things. What do you think is like one of the things that helped kick off your business?
Me was second shooting.
Okay.
Yeah, because to build my portfolio, I have to take pictures. Mm-hmm. And so to be able to build a portfolio off of second shooting with other photographers, like that is what allowed me to show the world that, hey, I can take pictures and I can take good pictures. And this is what my photos look like. And like, that's like what being a photographer is. So second shooting allowed me to take pictures of real people at real events and to build experience and just to like understand how weddings work. And so I'm hoping to second shoot a lot. Yeah. When we move, so that I can
also allowed you to like, do you feel any of those photographers, if they were booked, they referred you?
Yeah. Actually,
you know what I mean?
Ashley, who was second shooting for me yesterday, and then the wedding that I had prior to this, I was second shooting for her. So it's super cute. When I was starting my business, she actually lived, I think it was about 6 months in Alaska around the time that I was starting my business. And I was really like looking up to her and loving on her work and just like social media, like Instagram friends. Mm-hmm. And then once I was like starting to have more experience and I was like second shooting for, I don't want to say a different caliber of people, but like some people early on in my business were really accepting to having newbie second shooters, which is the reason why that I was able to break out the way that I did. So like, love to you. But there were also other people who were like, I love it, but like, I think you need more experience, or like my business is here right now and I need somebody that can do this. And I'm not like, I need to see more confidence or like more experience from you. And not to say that Ashley wasn't accepting, because she 100% was, but like her business was at like a different place than mine. And so we just it never worked out for us. And then she ended up like leaving for Alaska, and then I just lost her, you know? But in that like amount of time where she was like headed to Alaska or like was already there, I'm not really quite sure, but she sent me a lot of referrals. And I always will remember that and be grateful for that, because even though like it didn't work out that we got to work together one-on-one, she still was like, here's my friend Meghan, and like sent people my way. So referrals go crazy. Go crazy. And I did that I made a new friend this year. Her name's Michaela. And there were some because she went full time this year. And so there were some days that I already had me and an associate shooter working, and I was like, I can't do 3. I'm done. Or, you know, whatever, or like budget wise, it just didn't work out, whatever. And so I sent her a handful of people, and like she booked a bunch of them, and then she ended up being sick she has COVID right now, so she's still sick, but she had a proposal on Saturday booked, and she had COVID. She couldn't go. It was in a public space. And so she asked me if I was free, and I was. And so she like canceled with them, and then they ended up booking with me. So like, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. And so I think that is what builds community and builds network, is like just volunteering and helping each other out. And you're in a pickle, I'll help you get out of it, because what goes around comes around, and that's what karma is. And so I'm excited to experience that with a new crowd of people. Yeah. So I think that, and then also I think doing stuff for free really did help us both build our our network and build our businesses, because it's kind of the same thought that like, oh, Meghan was really kind to do this for free. And then I don't know, like it's just a different space with charging somebody for something, where I feel like you have a little bit of a different relationship versus like I have a quick 1 hour thing, do you mind doing it, and it's something that's going to benefit me too. Like that benefit is enough. Like I don't need to charge them for it. So a wedding planner in Alaska who I've been dying to work with, like I've been following her forever, and she just seems really cool. I love her vibe. She posted something on her story the other day that was like, oh, I'm looking for a photographer for like 2 hours just to capture me and my team setting up this wedding, like setting up all the tables and stuff. And I swiped up and I was like, I'll do it. And we chatted a little bit and it seemed like it's going to work out. And she was like, how much do you charge? What's your hourly rate? And I was like, you know what? Just tag me in the photos. Like like this is an opportunity where like, I'm fine with exposure as payment because I don't have a lot to advertise of my work in Alaska. And so it is beneficial for me to do this for free. Like that exchange will be enough. And I hope that offering of me doing it for free too will like open up other doors, because like I'm happy to do it. My calendar is open. Would I like the money? I'm going to be having a mortgage to pay and stuff like that. Yeah, obviously I would love that. But in the long run, I think it's more important to make friends than to have money be like something that's in the way of it. And like she would be posting the photos, so like her clients would see my pictures, and then she'll tag the florist, and she'll tag like the stationery person for the menus, and she'll tag the venue, and she'll tag, you know, all these different people that like my work. And now Instagram has the collaborator thing that like she might be inviting other people to collaborate in it, like who knows. And maybe I'll be allowed to post the pictures too. I'm not sure, like we'll get there when we get there, but I can at least use it to show clients, like if not post it online, because there is like a photographer exclusivity thing where it is a real wedding and there is already, I'm assuming, a wedding photographer. So I can't then post like my own pictures of the wedding, but like the wedding planner can use them like on her page. So I probably can't, but like if people reach out and they're like, oh, I'm getting married at this venue, and then it's that venue, like I could share it with them like over email or something, you know? So
no, I love that. And I think that
it'll be worth it.
That we forget, and I say we, meaning myself as well, how important that is. And someone just reached out to me for an event in Greenwich next month. And she's like, you know, it is a collaboration. It's not paid, all that. And at first I was like, do I want to do this? And then, I mean, I was thinking I was going to say yes even before this conversation, but this conversation just reminded me of how important this is. And Greenwich is my clientele. Who she is my clientele. And it's like you have to still continue to do those. And it's almost like also giving back, because you never know where those relationships are going to lead.
Exactly.
You never know if there's going to be someone in that room that's going to book 5 events with you, or have a, you know, I want to do more corporate again, have a corporate party and things like that. And I also feel like now we know the good feeling and the bad feeling. And we can kind of wean out the bad feeling ones where you're like, okay, this doesn't make sense, but maybe I can refer you to someone else. Whereas in the past, I think we would have said yes to everything. And, you know, we have, I'm sure, gotten burnt in the past with events that did not make sense.
Totally.
But we learned from them.
Yeah, we've been able to understand which free events are like, yes, I'll participate, and which ones are like, this doesn't work for me. Yeah.
But I think
sure,
even
experience
going into year 6, like you have to still do free events.
I think so. I mean, I don't think you have to, but I think if you want to grow, or like you're looking to change, I think volunteering your time or doing something for free will allow you to make that change, because you can't expect to be able to, you know, like launch something brand new and totally different, but still expect like an insane amount of money from it. You know what I mean? Like I'm starting to do content creation, Well, maybe. Whatever. We'll see. Because I just got a work phone. Also, you should probably get a work phone.
Yeah.
By the way, that would be great. I think you would thrive off that, because I've been able to take all of my like behind the scenes and like work content off of my camera roll on my personal phone, and I put everything on Google Photos, and I have that linked with my work phone. So like yesterday, I was at a wedding and I took a bunch of clips on my phone, whatever, and I just open up the Google Photos app and it backs up everything there, and then it asks me if I want to delete them off my camera roll, and it deletes them automatically.
Genius.
Yeah, I love it.
Genius.
Yeah, I love it. And I don't know why. Shh. Nobody report this. But for some reason, I don't have to pay for it. Abby was confused. My bookkeeper was confused about this as well. She was like, "You don't have any Google subscriptions?" And I was like, "I don't know," because she tracks all my money and my subscriptions, and I don't pay for
like
my
extra
Google
storage?
Suite. I don't pay for storage. I don't pay for my Gmail. I don't pay for anything on Google. I don't pay for the Google My Business
I don't
Suite.
either. But like maybe once you hit the level of storage. Oh, she had
maybe
to?
I don't know. My Google Photo says unlimited. So bless you.
Thank you.
So I don't know. That was a tangent. But
well,
anyway,
love that. That's amazing.
Yeah, fabulous.
Yeah,
so
I definitely pay more and more and more
right
for more storage. So
yeah, so sick. Yeah, so anyway, long story short is that I just had a content shoot with the spinning wheel for them. So it was like all pictures of their food in the room and stuff. And I did photo and video and then content creation.
Love
so
that.
I brought my phone and I like did all like nice polished like iPhone clips that they can make reels and stuff off of. And I did charge them for it, but I think I charged them like $100 for the iPhone stuff. And then I just got a really last minute booking for February for a wedding. And they were interested in my video services, but budget wise wasn't really making the cut. And then they were like, but we saw something that you posted about like the iPhone stuff, and like, can you do that for us? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then I sent them a proposal, and they were like, oh, we're a little bit over budget. Like, can we cut like the print album, or can we cut like anything out? And so I cut some stuff out, and then I was like, we're still not making the budget, but why don't I just discount it so that they make the budget? Like, it's February.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get another booking. And
Right.
that's the reason why, like, wedding photographers and vendors are like, no, this is, like, I can't change it. Like, just because you're asking me for a discount doesn't mean I'm going to change it. And the reason for that is because we're in demand, and because another client will come, like, if we turn you down because you're not willing to pay what we're asking you to pay, another client will come and will pay what we're asking them to pay us. So that is like, that's why it's like, don't ask us for a discount. You know what I mean? But in the off season, it's like,
yeah,
I would rather have the wedding than not have the wedding.
100%.
And
100%.
so they're getting content creation for free, and they're getting like,
love.
I think it ended up being like an hour for free too.
Nice.
Because I was like,
Yeah.
I'd rather be there.
Yeah.
I'd rather be there and have them have a great day than be like, no, I'm leaving at 4. You know, like, I don't
just
really
giving
care.
That experience. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I would rather be there. So I instead of being firm, like, no, I'm starting content creation and this is the price. It's $500, you know, bless you. Instead, they were like, oh, it doesn't quite fit our budget, but we'd still love to have it. Like, I want the experience of doing it, because it's an opportunity for me to build a portfolio of content creation, for me to then actually make money off of it. Because do I have right now like polished iPhone content creation with this brand new phone and brand new camera and everything like the pro content creators have? No, I just have it on my like old dinky iPhone, like 13 or whatever it is. And it's like of like my second shooters in the background, and it's shaky, and it's not like how I don't want to market it the way that I'm not actually going to be doing it. Yep. Right. So I was like, yeah, I'll discount it, and I am ending up doing it for free, but like, it's worth it. I'm adding something new to the business that I don't have a portfolio off of or experience with. So yeah, I'm going to do it for free, because the next time I do it, it'll be better. And then that is worth the money, I think. You know what I mean?
I love that. Well, to wrap up today, I can't believe this is going to be our last episode of 2025.
That feels really weird. And I do have like 2 or 3 on my computer that just haven't seen the light of day yet.
Well,
but
they'll see it eventually.
They will. Yeah.
Well,
feels weird.
It does. But we're still going. This is year 3 with the podcast, or 2? I don't even know.
I don't even know.
God.
No, not 2. I was going to say 3 or 4.
Really? Oh my God. That's crazy.
Right?
Yeah, you might be right.
I don't know. I want to say it was like 2022. I thought.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't
yeah.
know. I'm not
Well,
sure.
that little coffee shop that we said, let's do it. I was actually there the other day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Terra Cafe.
I love it there.
I know. But yeah, so I think next episode we should come in with our word of the year.
Yes.
We're doing it. We're doing it. Sticking to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm excited. I feel like we kept saying this year we were going to have guest speakers on. We did not.
Oh, yeah.
We had Devin. Was that this
we
year?
did.
We had Devin this year.
We did.
So I think we should get some new faces on here.
We should.
Maybe. And even when we go virtual, I think
it'll be
much easier to be able to have that. So yeah, but we're gonna still rock and roll next year. We're still gonna be here.
Oh my
gosh.
gosh.
Shoot Your Shot is gonna be alive. But I'm excited to see where 2026 takes us.
Oh my gosh, it feels so weird. Like only 6 more months of in-person podcasting with you.
I know.
What?
It's okay.
Bizarre.
It'll still feel like in person when we see each other on Zoom.
Yeah.
We'll make it feel like
I'm
that.
excited. I'm excited for you to hold me accountable too. We'll check in with each
I
other
know.
every other week, and you'll be like, Megan, how are you doing?
How are you doing? I know.
Have you done any events? Do something for free.
Get out there.
Get out there.
No, but I'm so excited to see your next journey. This has been a long time coming for you. Mm-hmm. And I'm excited.
Yeah. I'm excited to hear about LA.
I know.
And the Mompreneur event. I'm so excited that you rescheduled, that you've got a date.
Yeah, stay tuned.
Awesome.
It'll be happening in March. I'm excited. Yes. I think in Greenwich, either Greenwich or Darien.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm excited for all that to unfold. But yeah, lots of exciting things coming in the works. And
amazing.
Yes. So cheers to 2025. Welcoming 2026. Very excited about that. And now I'm going to go finish my shopping.
Awesome. And I'm going to do some Christmas baking. Yay! Yeah. Put on music.
Cheers.
See you later. Cheers.